Don't sigh, guys. I know this is a difficult one. We're going to be talking about the thigh. And my good friend DeBang for the Chinese New Year made duck. And he said the favorite part of the duck is the thigh. I said, chew on this. So let's talk about the thigh today. Now, again, the largest bone in the body. How fun is this? Is the femur. So long, so amazing. The longest part of the body. The fun part of this is when I used to work for Illinois Bone and Joint Institute on Michigan Avenue and Randolph, they had a big femur with a key attached to it to use the washroom. And that was the femur key. Nobody could lose the femur. It's so big, who can lose sight of that? Nobody would take that home with them. Anyway, again, femur's big. If you never want to lose your keys, guys, recycle the old femurs from the cadavers. I know my friend DeBang is donating his body so I can make bone keychains out of them. I have dibs on the femur. I don't know who wants the rest of them. I think that's the only functional part in his body is the thigh. I don't know what's going on in his skull, but that definitely seems to have some bone damage over there. But again, leave it to electrical engineers not to know how to use their skull appropriately. But he does have his eye on the prize, the thigh, and that's why I'm going to keep this focus today. And here's the head of it, which is the largest part, which the little head goes into the acetabulum of the pelvic region, in the iliac region. So that just pops on in, and that's a great joint, the head of the femur with the hip bone, allowing you to do all sorts of movements, inner thigh, outer thigh, kicking the ball, fun stuff. The greater trochanter is on the outside. Lesser trochanter is this little bump over here. In between is the neck of the femur. Anything like that is called surgical neck. And this is the front view, and where the little divot is, you're going to see the patella. Along the lateral epicondyle, there's also on the inner side, lateral meaning towards the outside, vast. Medial meaning towards the midline, so you have the medial epicondyle. You have the lateral condyles, and then we go to the tibia. Tibia is connected to the fibula, which reminds me of fibs. How many of you guys like fables? Fibs, the liars. Hopefully you guys are going to be more fabulous than a fibula. But the fibula is sort of a weak one, so again, if you tell your lies, you're sort of a little weak. This bone's sort of weak, thin, and while the tibia stands the test of time. The tibia is sort of the main steadier bone that attaches to the talus. Both of these actually had talofibular ligament that was torn. You have the lateral malleolus, you have the medial malleolus. Again, fibula, tibia, tibial tuberosity where the anterior tibialis connects. And there you go. There's our front side of the leg. And again, some men, DeBang, what's your favorite part of the female's body?
Face.
Yesterday I heard thigh. But anyway, last night it was thigh. So this chapter's for him. He loves the legs. Just like Tina Turner had great legs, we need to know her bone structure. So on the back, there's that. You have the medial epicondyle, lateral epicondyle, lateral condyles, tibia, fibula, the malleolus. So there you go. Front and back side of the leg, which is exciting. And we'll talk about the knee joint. I need to talk about the knees. We'll get to that later, guys. Ciao.